Sentinels in the Multiverse. And you guessed it, weekly one-shot time. So we have a bit of an interesting one here. This breaks the little chain I was developing of the Advanced Challenge Ultimates. And, well, we'll see how this one goes. So I'll explain some stuff in a moment, but first let's do the description thing. By the way, this is live. You may see chat popping up here and there on the sides. It should be enabled to where you'll see them. It's just going to pop up over here, so I need to read this kind of quickly before they get there. Hello, random. Okay, there it is. So yeah, the chat has started to pile up. And I'm not speaking to you guys with this one, but this is Riot going a little crazy. Shut up! Enough already, Setback! Who cares about Graham Pike anyway? The man is clearly the chairman. Pike Industries, Rook City, they're the same thing. Does anybody notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I invented the Channel Cloak. I invented it. What have you done, Graham? You've done nothing. Nothing. And I will be a monkey's uncle if I let you ruin this for me. So I need Rook City for chairman. He's the only one from that. Infernal Relics for... What are we using from Infernal Relics? Yeah, I don't know that one. Vengeance is going to be Setback, and Naturalist Mini Pack 3 is... I think that's Omnitron 4, with Mini Pack 4 being Benchmark and Mini Pack 5 being Writhe. Keep in mind this is Writhe's variant. So anyway, the name of the game is Blue Steel. Let's go in. And by the way, I should mention, since this is live, if you get to see me fail spectacularly, you can taunt me as we go. Well, 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 what have we here? You're out of your league, heroes. Systems restored. Hello, friends. It is time to save the humans again. So we'll look at their hands in a moment. Let's just see what they throw at us turn 1. Out comes perfect human specimens. So in case you don't know, the chairman shuffles his deck pretty often, like right there. So as a result, even if you were to do a one-shot against him, it's going to play out differently the second time around. So what I'm getting at is, unfortunately the advice I get, well, if you try to match me one-to-one, it's probably not going to go that well. But there are a lot of different ways that this can go many different ways. So let me just try to stop the live stream so I can see you guys talk. Okay, good enough. So anyway, we want to kill the thief. Now, one of the combos here is the operative is going to hit you whenever you kill one of the targets that are with her, and you can actually use Writhe's power, the Mark II Shadow Projector, to nullify the first instance of damage per turn. As a result, if you kill one guy per turn, you can completely shut out the operative. So to demonstrate, we are going to play the Bio Beam, since this is the only thing that does damage other than this, which I want to save this for Prison Break, so I can just do a nice little chain of damage and stuff. Would Typoscope horribly obvious blame candelabras? It could be, it could be. So anyway, Bio Beam. Threat recognized. Deploy an appropriate response. There's no environment cards to pop, so this poor thief is going to get what's coming to him. So that's going to provoke the operative's counterattack. She hits Setback for 3. Not really big deal, you can heal and crap. Drew reset. So I probably actually should look at everyone's stuff. So generally this is one of the first cards I like to play on Benchmark. Generally when I see this, this is number 1. And the reason for that being is this will allow you to pull software out of the trash into your hand, so if you happen to overload, this can actually reclaim important crap. As for Writhe, we have the Shadow Cloak and Unquiet Night. The thing is, the operative doesn't have any ongoing cards, but this can help you through the environment a bit. For Setback, we have Cash Out, we have Looking Up, so those are 2 important cards. This is good for a Prison Break. Eep. This is a bad hand, man. Yeah, Omnitron 4's music is pretty nice. And I'm going... You'll had one job, spell checking. Well, you have to remember for this week's Comedy Friday thing, you have Black Friday to fall back on, so... let the surprise shopping trips go wild. Anyway, Legion Core Processor. It's got dozens of ultra-tiny processors inside every microprocessor. I want 20 of them. So So we'll play that, and then even if I pull a software card with his power, I don't actually lose anything. So, folks, desperate measures. We pull a HUD, so yeah, their software is safe, so yeah. And before I forget, team, someone, I could really use a hand here, preferably one not made of rocks. And for Ride, we want to lead off with the Shadow Cloak so that we can block some of the damage dealt to him, potentially. And then if we ever go offensive with him, it's going to be much nicer. Anyway, the cloak. I can feel the truth of its darkness and the truth of myself. And we want to give this to Benchmark because he's now the high HP guy. He will protect the team from Operative. So the nice thing about the Shadow Projector is it gives you 2 cards, so even if you don't necessarily like the Shadow Cloak, you can fall back on his other cards that will pull it out for you, like Skiyamaki, Fight and Fade, and there's one other one, I think. Anyway, for Setback, this is the card I usually like to lead off with him on. Man, good thing that window was there to break my fall. And these guys too. Check it out, the chairman's even there. And then, things are looking up. But not for the fence. Plucky Break. So this is a pretty crappy hand. You could do the Shifter Strength and get rid of stuff, but I'm not. I'd rather use these things individually. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the Predator's Eye, but I need the Gator effect in effect. So, skip, use the power, we wish to go Gator, we wish to play a card. Yeah, it's one of the best ways to actually feed him unlucky tokens. Otherwise, you have to kind of mess around with some of the various one-shots. Does he actually have the card at the moment? No, he doesn't. Writhe is pretty good at preventing some of the backlash from his stuff, so I'll see if I can try to demonstrate that, but I'm not making any promises. But anyway, Predator's Eye. The hunter will be hunted, but will he realize in time that he is now the prey? So we want to mark the fence. So he takes increased damage. That will allow me to draw 1 card and still kill him. And nullified. We drew a 3rd prime charge. Wow. So there's the Resource Recycler. That means you can destroy the Shadow Cloak or even stuff on Omnitron and get it back without any cost. That's another thing I need to demonstrate here, how you can actually use the environment to Ride's advantage. And since so much of his stuff gets destroyed, him and Mainstay, this is actually a decent environment for them. Wow, 2 Resource Recyclers. Conveyor panels, we're going to blow those up with Omnitron. She pulls the muscle. Welcome the Enforcers. So, if you discard an equipment card, the recyclers will get it out for you. The thing is, we don't have any, so this is a card I'm not really a fan of, because once you destroy the Shadow Cloak, then you deal the damage, and it's only a crappy 2. I hate this card, to be honest. It's like Reckless Rush. You mean the environment? It's a far cry from it. Chairman must be here with his guys trying to get some scrap metal to round up some cash for booze or something. So, as I mentioned, I want to save the flechettes for Prison Break. I don't want to use Slip Through Time just yet because I don't have additional cards to play. Reset, I don't think it's worth it, so I'm just going to skip on the Bio Beam. So we want to kill the conveyor panels. As for who I hit, we want to hit the muscle to knock him down. The muscle's the scarier guy here because he hits everyone. The Enforcers can be mitigated with 1 discard. So right here we are going to use our power. Desperate Measures. Keep in mind if I use the HUD, he'll hit himself if I play Shunt Energy. Ooh, the Microfabricator. Auto-targeting protocol is not really that helpful. Neither is Type Communicator. So we're going to pick this up, and before I forget, I'm not here to do a job. I'm here to do what's right. That's oddly altruistic for Benchmark. Anyway, pick up the HUD. We're going to leave the processor alone. We want to play the microfabs so that we can play hardware at the end of our turn, which will speed up our setup. And then we can also draw cards to, once again, speed up our setup. Anyway, that was our begin of turn action. So what I want to do now is actually start swinging. So I'm going to play the Shunt, and real quick we need to do a little bit of strategy stuff here. So I can use Darkly Dreaming here. That will cause them to go down to 1 hit point, and then I can use Feral Fury to kill them. So as a result I'm going to focus on the Operative. Yeah, sure, getting close, pal. I don't just shoot lasers. Fascinating, you have no idea how any of this works, do you? A living puppet. So I'll take 1 point of damage. Psych! Into the Operative. We drew Deployment Actuation. I want the card draw so we can find some hardware to play. And I don't have anything that actually fishes software around, do I? Well, I could use that, but it's not worth it. So as I mentioned, we are going to Darkly Dream. I know he was a creepy chap, but I don't know that even he deserves such a fate. So if you don't know, this is the Blackout card from the Sentinels deck. So, watch this. You want everyone to hit themselves? Well, you hit them and then they hit themselves. So pop this. And now, real quick to show you, the one-shot is on top of the Shadow Cloak, so this will not get retrieved by the Recycler unless I pull it out a different way. Anyway, we want to keep giving the power to Benchmark. And here, I'm thinking I want to cash out so I can get 3 cards. I'll use all 3 of these, which will... so that will give me more cards to play with. As for what I'm actually looking for, the really fun cards for Setback, I keep talking that I'm going to make a guide for him, but I keep putting it off. You have this one, you need 5 tokens to power it, and then you can cause everyone to use a power. And Ride's power will actually nullify this if you use it on Setback. Then you have this one, which allows you to redirect crap, so you can have Operative hit the Chairman or vice versa. So those are the 2 big cards for him, I'd say. Cause and Effect, this is another one where Writhe really comes in handy because you'll block your self-damage and only nuke the enemy. You have options. But in the meantime, let's cash out, folks. Ha ha ha! Things never turn out your way, do they? Kismet just had to rub it in, didn't she? Anyway, cash out all 3. Got Karmic Retribution, High Risk Behavior. And let's see. I could have everyone discards, just Omnitron doesn't really have a lot of cards to spare, which is why I don't want to do that. And so if I hit one of them now, I'll have to take 2 damage. Actually, no. There's a different way I can do this. I have a plan. So we need to hit the Operative with this. As for this one, as I mentioned, we want to use Feral Fury here. Stand not against nature. It was here first. It will be here last as well. We want to kill the muscle because this is AoE. Block that. And if I kill the enforcers, then it's going to, well, cause another counterattack. The thing is, I can discard this and get it back out. You'll see what I mean. So for this, we're going to attack the Operative. So we're going to use Desperate Prey. We want to go into Gazelle form. We wish to play a card, this one for 4 cards, compared to just drawing 1. Plus I get to hit her again. The Prideful will meet defeat at the hands of the Humble. Drew Cornered Beast, Bestial Shift. Environmental Allies is good. Crafty Assault not so much because there's no ongoings for your pop. I'm kind of looking for a form card. Overcharged Systems. You missed the Operative, go down to about half health. So with this, you have to ask yourself, is there any equipment you want to discard? If there's anything in his hand, you can do that, and then the Recycler will get it out for you. Same for Omnitron, who's also going to use finally have ongoings there. Writhe does. I don't want to use that yet, so skip this. Perfect Human Specimen is going to heal Operative, so she's no longer at half health. Out comes the Contract, so this is going to be a bloody turn. We want to get rid of the Umbral Siphon, since that will come back. Points of damage, man. It hurts. But anyway. So I can put out the reactive plating subroutine, then I need to get the ablative coating and I can actually counter their counters. Ah, what trickery is this? And then we need to pop those overcharge systems. So for this one, I think the contract's supposed to interest the bosses. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. On his own, he's the most annoying, if nothing else. Otherwise, the one I really hate is the Broker, I believe it is, because she plays all those informants, which in turn speeds up his play, so he gets more prison breaks, and it just creates this little vicious cycle. But yeah, so let's hit the contract and knock him down low so someone else can finish him off. I can always kill the hired gun with looking up. So we're going to use this one first, see if I get any cards to play. Deployment Actuation. So that was actually my top card, it looks like. So... reveal from the top of your deck until the hardware is revealed. Now that I think about it, I didn't read this. I'm sorry, I really don't know. Oh, wait, I do know now. Fancy that. So I'm kind of tempted between Overhaul and Loadout. If I did that, I don't actually have anything I want to pick up. So we're going to do Deployment Actuation. Falling... Okay, cool. Everything's good here. Right. Stay on target. Yeah, I can definitely turn things around for one of those last-second comebacks that the Chairman is known for. The Contracts +1 on top of the Chairman's damage boost means that hired gun can hit everyone for like a quarter of their health. Nasty, man. So the question here is, I could go for intervening and try to redirect damage from him into him and nullify that, or I could go for this and just try to get more card draws. I'm gonna go intervening. So let's use the shunt. Oh, I get 2 powers, but I only have 1 power to use. So before I forget, look, Matt, I'm not saying I'm the only one who can have cold hoses and a metal suit, but come on! Yes, Absolute Zero, he ripped off your trademark. So we nullify the self-damage, and if I hit him down to 1, someone else could kill him, but I can use that, okay. Could use this to try to clean house a bit. The Enforcers are small fries, so I don't really have to worry about them. If they die on some sort of accident, great. If not, oh well. So, let's go for the Operative. We will draw. Nah. And then I can do the intervening here. So I can hit her again, and hit him. So let's see what he's saying to Bunker. Meet the new standard. I'm so sorry, I'm contractually obligated to say that. By the way, the Umbral Siphon came out of the trash because of the Resource Recycler. It's an equipment card. If you don't know what these do, because Omnitron 4 is not that popular in environment, at the start of each character's turn, if their top card is an equipment card or device that comes into play, device is important for when Luminary enters the game. At the end of the environment turn, put a drone card from the environment trash into play, so it's a double-edged sword. So I can use Somber Tinker to pull out the Shadow Cloak, and play that. Yeah, suggesting we drive that spike into a person? It's a bit much, right? Jean hasn't left the basement in a few weeks, and the whole building hums sometimes. So once again, we want to protect Benchmark. The Umbral Siphon's decent if you want to try to deal with perfect human specimens, but that's not that important. Okay, so I can do Plucky Break. That'll give me another card draw. This is one of those times where you need to sit down and think a bit. I'm gonna have to looking up one of them. So if I do Plucky Break, it'd either be the Enforcers or the Operative. And then my other options, I could just use this. So you know what, let's exceed expectations. We'll burn 2 tokens here so we can kill 2 of them. Hit her for 3. Kill him. And before I forget, there is no way that should have worked. And then we want to leave the hired gun alone, otherwise she'll hit Benchmark. So I can get environmental allies out now and then try to find Gazelle or some other form and then just keep spamming Gazelle here. Kind of like that plan because this requires more power cards in play that I simply don't have. This can insta-kill the hired gun, but they're... I can insta-kill him with this too. So we'll do environmental allies. You can put me down right now, consarn it. To go Croc. Play Primal Charge, so we get 4 more cards, we're looking for a form. Brazilian Hide, bleh, Indomitable Force is only good if you get Rhino, another environmental allies, and there's the Rhino. Smacked her twice with Setback. Internal Defense Grid, this is going to hit us because I'm not in Gazelle form anymore. Oh, there goes the Enforcers. I'd rather have the Shadow Cloak take it. So, here's the difficult part. I could discard this and have it come out, but I don't want to risk it because I'm probably going to play this next turn just to bind his move. So I'd rather just take the damage. And I should have actually redirected that because that would have knocked him down a little bit. Out comes Perfect Human Specimens #2. He still has both prison breaks. Out comes the Deputy, which is going to bring out the Crooked Cop. Yeah, it's time. To slip through time. The time continuum's unidirectionality makes this unlikely. Here we go. So we're going to lead off with Bio Beam, popping the defense grid. We need to fire that into the Crooked Cop. Drew the Plasma Cannon, which we can play right here. Or I could reset. Screw it. We can do both. Innervation Ray, put out. So I now have 2 components going. So is there any software here I really want? If anything, it would be this, just to give me more card draws. So let's use this. Check it out, Flash Installation Drive. Sir, I'm sure this isn't part of the job description. In fact, I checked. So I can do overhaul loadout, which will give me 3 cards, and I can swap stuff around if I'm so inclined. Because I have 2 powers to use. Actually, I could do a flyby real quick. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're gonna do a flyby. Look, up there. Is it Legacy or Robot? And that was the innocent bystander. All of a sudden you don't feel bad when Spite smacks them around town. See, I'd rather do the tactical communicator for now. I've certainly gotten her attention. Someone want to take advantage of that? Anyone? So we want to mark her so she takes the bonus damage. Then we're going to do the shunt, I'll take 1 point of damage. Then we can hit her for 6. Draw the threat neutralizer, draw a card, tell analyzer. I don't want to discard anything. How am I for software? Now we're going to do the threat neutralizer. That one. So we should be 5 and 5. Come on, come on, come on. You're making me look bad in front of all the real heroes. And as I mentioned here, I want to use the Grasping Shadow Claw to stop her from, well, stop them from playing cards. I know that you have heard the same call as I, and I also know you have resisted. Join me now. So there's the Scion form of Grand Warlord Voss. We want to bind the Chairman's deck. We're going to put the Perfect Human Specimens back in there because that's like the least of all evils here. The next best thing would have been Undivided Attention, but those are both still in the deck. Oh, all 3 of them, I guess. Didn't know there were 3. But yeah, Perfect Human Specimens. So destroy this. Benchmark is still the high HP guy. Any suggestions, folks? Okay, I got a plan. Gonna need to use Plucky Break. Hey look, a new penny! These new coins are looking pretty sweet. So we want to hit him to knock him down to 2. Then things are looking up, but not for the operative. So here we want to play the Rhino. And then we want to go into Gazelle form. Play a card. Ah yes, much more fitting given your temperament, the Argent Adept. Then we're going to use our last Primal Charge. So we get to draw 4, we get Threatening Stomp, Bestial Shift. Where's Natural Form's Vigor, man? So yeah, use this to kill him. Smack her. And she's down to 10 hit points. And the important thing is we are immune to environmental effects at the moment, so that'll come in handy for that. That sucks. Keep in mind that the Chairman is permanently immune to environmental damage. So let's see. I actually could create an endless loop. No, I can't create an endless loop. No, that won't work. So keep in mind, whenever I destroy, I want to make sure it doesn't have an end of start of turn effect, because it'll come right back out. So So yeah, we'll get rid of that. And then we'll destroy the innervation ray. And then if you remember, I used my power, so... burn. Well, I just set her on fire. Isn't that a little worse? So if I don't want to risk the prison break, I can just kill the informant right here and now, which, to be honest, I think is my best bet. So he is not the low man that will not be redirected. As such, I want to leave the chairman alone. We'll knock her down to that. So keep in mind, now it does redirect. I do not want to heal Omnitron. I want to heal the other guys. I want to destroy our crap. Hit him. Oh, killing the informant caused that to proc. Oh well. Wasn't really paying attention, I'm afraid. So we're going to destroy the Mechana accumulator. We'll finish off the operative. Now when she goes down, she boosts the damage of everyone or just the chairman? So I have more software than hardware. If I don't destroy this, I lose stuff, so... Destroy an environment card. Pop this. How do you like that? No, that was uncalled for, even after messing with my brain. Ah, crap, I just realized I lost that card now. Yeah, not doing too good either. The whole live stream thing is messing with the event. So we can do one whole loadout. That's my best bet, I think. Do subcutaneous, loadout installation, overall loadout. Does this have a power to it? Actually, I have 2 powers to use, so yeah, I can pick this up. Stop there. Play subcutaneous. Top card. That's my reinforced chassis, so I get a little bit of damage reduction. Remember, I'm the new standard, with or without your contract. This. Kapow? Blammo? Zap? None of those are really working for me. And I could play something. Like, I'm tempted to play this just so I get more card draws, so I can get that one card back. 3-7, so yeah, I can afford it. Let's hit him. I can discard countermeasures. That makes him the high man. And I don't have a way to redirect this into him, I'm afraid. Pretty much, yeah. So the Shadow Cloak came out. So here's the hard part. I still have that one in play, right? Yeah, so I can redirect. So I think my best bet now is to use Umbral Siphon to try to go for this guy. Or wait, that won't work because he doesn't have the damage reduction anymore unless I use this. So yeah, let's lurk in the shadows, shall we? There's no one here but you, and the sound of my voice. So we want to do this one first. We got Skiyamaki, so he's dying next turn. And no, Sherman, you may not heal. Sadly, high-risk behavior is a little risky. So I have a bit of a double-edged sword here. I could play Fumbling Fool and hope I get rid of one of his prison breaks. It's a 2 in 7 chance, so that's 28%, I believe. Or my other option is I can cash out and have everyone heal just in case he plays that damn prison break. So let's see, I want to go down to 3, so I can try to pick him off next turn. Got wrong time and place. Choose for me. We'll get rid of self-sabotage. Get rid of this. Get rid of fight and fade. The one thing that kind of sucks though is if I played this, I could at least kill the hired gun. We'll get rid of Reckless Rush. And you only need to discard Hero -1, so we're good. Now Setback has the same amount of HP as Writhe and Omnitron. Actually, this is my best bet. Reveal the Chairman, reveal Omnitron. Prison Break. Undivided attention. So yeah, we just won the game. Discard the Chairman. Discard the Omnidrone. Stay in Gazelle form because crap's gonna come flying out. Yes, feel free to say phrasing. So those were brought out by, well, the drone was brought out by the resource recycler that also pulled out the grid, as well as Techno Pursuer. Okay, that's the actual card play for the turn. And that brought out the Mechanic Accumulator for some reason. Probably gonna have to review this to see what all happened. Yep, I have reinforcements. Thanks, guys. So, we're all immune at the moment. And I mean all of us. Environmental allies OP, folks. So for this one... get rid of the Siphon. And we'll get rid of the Innervation Ray. Undivided attention gets blocked, and that's the end of his turn. And by extension, his life. So that redirects into Benchmark and is denied. So I can heal all 3 of these and they'll still have parity. I'll put Writhe at full health. Use this. It genuinely doesn't matter what I'll pull. We'll grab this one. Could have gone a Blade of Coding, but can't emphasize enough, it does not matter. So Omnitron, kill Omnitron. The counterattack's been burned. Need to get a HUD out. Tactical communicator. Oh man. Game. What do I have left? Ooh, we can get the Inferno Missile Pod. So there's 3 cards there, so I want to leave that alone. We want to play the HUD. How many do I have? I can play 1 more. Play countermeasures just in case this all goes belly up. Got Flyby, Inferno Missile Pod, and another Flyby. So we'll just go ahead and pick up one of these. That's good enough. Play the Inferno Missile Pod. Now we want to use this because we're going to deal a crapload of damage. So discard this, put that into the Missile Pod. So let's just keep track. He had 15 hit points. Here I hit myself for 1. We'll get rid of Flyby, put that under the Missile Pod. Get rid of this. Yeah, sure, I'll draw a card. We'll get rid of Shunt Energy, put that under the Missile Pod, and he is dead, folks. Easy, right? I mean, everyone's almost full health. But yeah, this one... Naturalist didn't really have a good start, but all the other guys had decent ones. You get to abuse the environment of Omnitron 4 to get your equipment out even after it's been destroyed, and you can just keep looping stuff. He himself doesn't have any equipment. I don't think there are many villains who actually do, so it's hard for them to take care of and well, to abuse that. Yes, Setback was very useful, I'd say. Consistent damage, he had enough unlucky tokens to fuel all of his stuff. Got lots of card draws, and yeah, even though this hands down was Stuntman's show. Or not Stuntman, Benchmark, I mean. So yeah, with this one, I don't know what to expect for next week. We have the core game out of the way. It could be a team game. I'm just hoping they stop stringing these together as much. So, any last words before we head out, guys? Sadly, I don't remember what the time delay on this is, so there's no telling when you'll actually hear me and then have the chance to respond. Yeah, I'll try. I'm trying not to get drawn into any of that Black Friday crap, but I have to kind of see how lucky I get. Famous last words, random. Famous last words. So, with that, guys, I am calling it quits. I don't know if I'm going to do this again next week. It kind of varies. But, yeah, you get to see this, and that's Tuesday's video, so I hope you guys enjoyed.